Welcome to the FX Options Weekly Outlook, a weekly podcast series hosted by Jason Ayres, a top instructor, trader, and founder of OptionSource.net. Join Jason as he discusses the latest trends in the Forex market with a look ahead on the US dollar versus the major currencies using the most commonly used technical indicators.
Hi there and welcome to the ISC FX Options Weekly Outlook for May 24th, 2010. As always, this is Jason Ayres of OptionSource.net. Let's take a quick look at a weekly chart of the U.S. dollar index. It's a great way to gain perspective as to how the U.S. dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. Well, as we can see here, that the U.S. dollar finally took a breather last week, giving up some ground against most of the majors. The 84.85 focal zone remains a strong support level. However, a deeper retracement could see the index as low as 82.83 this week. The trend in force still remains to the upside, and the 88.90 box is a viable target. Now, if we take a quick look at the daily chart, we can see that it reflects the important role that the 84.5-85 level plays as support for this week. Next up, the CDD. Well, the U.S. dollar gained considerable ground against the Canadian dollar last week by testing this 107-108 focal zone. Now, at this point, it would be realistic to expect a pullback that is likely to look for support down at this 104-105 level. A break beyond 108 will have us targeting the 110-112 box. Now, the U.S. dollar slipped lower against the yen as the YUK hovers precariously within the support zone at the 90.91 level. Further weakness is likely to result in a test of this 87.88 focal zone. A bounce out of 90.91, however, is likely to meet with resistance within this 93.94 box. Next up, the EUI, the US dollar versus the euro. Well, the EUI slipped lower last week to test a near-term support within the 79.80 focal zone. Support here is likely to yield a continuation higher for the US dollar against the euro, which would have us targeting this 83.84 box. Failure to hold 79.80 will likely result in the pair sliding lower into the 77.78 zone. Now, the BPX, the U.S. versus the pound, hit our target at 70.71 and is now showing signs of resistance. There is a strong support level down at this 67.68 box. A break above 70 is likely to result in a test of 73.74. Well, the U.S. dollar gained some considerable ground as well against the Australian dollar this week. Now, the AUX traded through our near-term support at 115.116 to test resistance at 120.121. It is not unrealistic to expect some retracement that may be as deep as this 115.116 focal zone. However, a continuation higher will have us targeting the 126-128 box in the bigger picture. Let's now take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the U.S. dollar index tested resistance at our 86.5-87 focal zone and closed last week off of the highs. There is a strong support level at 84.5-85. A test and subsequent bounce off of this key support level will have us targeting the 88.90 box. The CDD hit resistance at 107-108 and rejected to close the week around 106. A test of support at 104-105 is anticipated. This support level must hold up to lend credibility to a further U.S. dollar strengthening against the Canadian dollar. 107-108 remains a very strong resistance level. The YUK hovers within a support zone at 90.91. We may see a bounce this week, which is likely to be contrary to the U.S. dollar's movements against the other majors. However, the trend in force in the bigger picture still appears to be down. The EUI pushed higher earlier last week before reversing to end the session with a test of support at 79.80. We may see further retracement down as the U.S. dollar slows down and searches for support against the euro. The trend in place is still appears to be to the upside. The BPX hit our near-term target to the upside of 70.71. However, we may see a retracement back down to test support at 67.68. And finally, the AUX extended well beyond our 115-116 focal zone to hit a major resistance level at 120-121. We suspect some retracement down after such a big move. A continuation higher will have us targeting the 126-128 box. And this has been your ISC FX Options Weekly Outlook for May 24th, 2010. This is Jason Ayres of OptionSource.net. As always, thanks for joining me here this week. We'll see you here next week.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary, visit www.fxoptions.com. Become an OptionSource.net member. Visit www.optionsource.net. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.